All right. There's some really good Torah on our Parsha connected to one of the vessels. Our Parsha mentions many of the vessels of the mishkan, of the tabernacle. Goes through them. And with each vessel, they had these poles that went into the vessels, like were affixed to the vessels, so they could carry them. So you have the table, they have these poles, they carry them from place to place on those poles. And similarly with the mizbeach, the altar, the Aron had these poles on them. And so with every one of the vessels, they used to take off the poles when they placed it, and it was stationary in the mishkan. Only one of the vessels, they did not take the poles out at all. There's a law that you cannot take out the poles. You can't remove them. The poles kind of, if you want to take a look on page, you can see them on page 447, the Aron's poles in your Tanakh, your Chumash, page 447. There's a picture of it. I don't know if it's like what it exactly look like, but there's poles and you can't take them out. It's forbidden. All the other ones, you take them out. It's forbidden to take it out. Why is it forbidden? There's a lot of good Torah on this. Why is it forbidden to take out? So symbolism, there's some technical reasons and there's some really good symbolism here. So technical reason why some commentators say you can't take out the poles is because you're going to need the ark from time to time. Take it out to war for whatever purpose. In order for you to transport it, when you're in a rush, you don't want to just jab the poles in there and take it quickly. You want them already placed in place. So when you need to take it in a rush, you're able to handle it carefully. That's like how I want to explain it. There are other technical explanations as well, but some really nice symbolism behind this. Rabbi Hirsch is something beautiful. This actually appears in the commentary here. He says this is symbolic. All the other kelim, you can take out the poles, but here you're not allowed to. Why? So people wouldn't mistake the Torah for being a stationary Torah. Oh, the Torah, that stays in the temple. That's going to stay. No, leave in the poles to show everybody that the Torah is supposed to be transported throughout our lives. It's not just something for the shul. It's not just something for the Beit HaMikdash, for the yeshiva. It's supposed to be transported all throughout our lives. Another really nice explanation for this is the Meshech Chochmah says that this is to hint to us, kind of hints to this. He says this to hint to us that it's not just the Torah learners who are in the Holy of Holies. It's those who are supporting them. The poles are supporting them, the Aron. Those who are supporting them financially, and encouraging them to learn, could be spouses, it could be financially helping somebody who's learning. They're worthy of being in the Holy of Holies as well. Those are like two nice explanations, really beautiful. One other explanation I thought of was just connect to Rabbi Hirsch's explanation is that sometimes people think that the Torah is the Torah. It's something like immutable, and I agree with that. You're not going to change a letter in the Torah from my perspective. But there's a lot you can add on to the Torah. There's a commentary, there's understanding it in different ways, explaining it in unique ways for every generation. Don't think that Torah is something static that you can't explain or connect in unique ways to your generation. There's poles in it to show that we have to carry, not just around in our lives, but to make it relevant in every single generation.